Couples therapy retreats or intensives are a way to condense and accelerate the process of relationship counseling. Over the course of 2 full days of working together, we can make the kind of progress that usually takes months of weekly 50-minute sessions. Hi, my name is Tom Brewitt, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist with a practice in California and Colorado. I love helping gay couples improve their relationships because I believe strong relationships build strong communities. All right, what is a couples therapy retreat? A couples therapy retreat, or an intensive, is a condensed and accelerated version of relationship therapy. Typically, you can achieve months of progress over the course of a couple of days. Ideally, you're able to get out of your typical routine and set aside a weekend to go deep on what you want to improve in your relationship. The intensive is structured and tailored to the needs of your unique relationship. Intensives work especially well if you're ready to make some big changes in your relationship. If you've tried weekly therapy and haven't gotten much traction, setting aside 2 full days to go deeper can be transformative. Intensives also work well for people who hate wasting time. If you've got a busy life with full careers, kids, or limits on your time, weekly therapy sessions may not work best for you. If you're unsure about what you want to happen in your relationship, retreats can be a quick way to learn a lot very, very fast. So what should you expect from an intensive? On the first day of the relationship retreat, you can expect to lay a very solid foundation for the work ahead. You will learn a ton of information that will help set you up for success. I teach you about attachment science, how the brain works, and I lay the foundation for a new way that the two of you can communicate with one another. I use a structured yet personalized approach that takes full advantage of the benefits of meeting for a longer, condensed time. On the second day of the couples retreat, we begin to get into the nuts and bolts of what you're going to have to work on to bring about the change that you desire in your relationship. Because we've laid a strong foundation on the first day, on the second day you will have the tools to start going into deep discussions with confidence and support. Also, you'll have the benefit of a therapist in the room to help you if things go off course. I'm always amazed at how much can be covered when you don't have to stop after 50 minutes of therapy. We don't have to stop mid-fight because the therapy hour is over. I can help pace and lead you into better understanding and connection. But like any kind of personal growth, retreat, or intensive, you are able to dedicate time to making progress that is concentrated and protected. I recommend people book a hotel for the night in between the 2 sessions so that you're able to escape real life and put aside distractions. This way you can roll up your sleeves and get to work. You're probably wondering how these retreats work. For my relationship intensives, I use a structured approach that I tailor to your unique relationship. I lay a solid foundation and then guide you into having the discussions that are paramount to bringing about relief and the healing you crave. Before we meet, you'll fill out an extensive questionnaire that helps me personalize the weekend to your specific needs. This also helps us hit the ground running, as I know a ton of information about each of you going into the intensive. This allows me to develop a roadmap around the places you typically get stuck. You'll get a workbook full of tools and resources that will help you make the progress you're hoping for. I take my job as a coach, a therapist, and a teacher seriously, and I'll be putting on different hats throughout our time together to best help you guide through the process. Afterwards, we'll schedule a follow-up session 2 to 6 weeks after to check on your progress and see how the results are holding up. Speaking of results, what can one expect from a couples therapy intensive retreat? Over the course of our time together, you will have a better understanding of your role in the relationship dynamic. You'll understand how heightened emotions impact the brain, and therefore your ability to be present with your partner. We'll look at what gets in the way of you being the partner you want to be, and I teach you a series of helpful tools that will enable you to make progress on topics that have felt impossible to tackle in the past. I will then send you back into the world with a plan for how to keep the progress alive and move towards a more connected, authentic, and deep relationship. So are there couples who wouldn't be a good fit for an intensive? The short answer is yes. First, everyone involved has to be committed to making some big progress. This process will not happen if there's not both 2 people committed to making progress together. You can lead a horse to water and all that stuff. The first step is setting up a free consultation so that I can help you decide if a relationship retreat is right for you. There are things that would make an intensive less likely to be successful, and I will go over those with you on the call. But just as an example, if someone in the relationship has an active substance use problem or untreated depression or ADHD, I would recommend working on those pieces before attempting an intensive. I want this process to be amazing and life-changing, so I only accept couples that are ready and appropriate for intensives. What are some of the most common things that couples come into an intensive to work on? So if you're struggling with communication problems, intimacy issues, or conflicts that leave you feeling stuck, a relationship intensive can be a game changer. If you're hoping to repair things after a betrayal or work on building trust, an intensive is a great way to make lasting progress. If you're not sure if you want to stay in your relationship, doing some dedicated intensive work can also help you make progress on making that decision sooner rather than later. Can we still do work together after the intensive? Yes. Usually people will follow up with me, whether, every other week if needed, if there's something really intense going on, or just they'll call me back up when there's something that they need to process or work on. However, most couples will not feel the need to meet weekly or bi-weekly after completing a 2-day intensive. Oftentimes, you'll have the skills to go off on your own and do the work, checking in with me or another therapist when bigger issues arise. Of course, this depends on your unique relationship. If you've had a lot of trauma or there's been a big betrayal, it may make sense to keep meeting more often for a bit after the intensive. This is something that we can talk openly and frankly about at the end of our time together. During our consultation, we'll explore likely scenarios for after the couples therapy retreat. All right, what is the cost for all of this? The cost of the intensive includes 2 full days working together, a 90-minute follow-up session 2 to 6 weeks out, a workbook full of tools and resources, and hours of prep on my end to tailor the experience to your unique relationship goals. There will be movement in your relationship after a weekend like this, and it will be a big investment of time and money. There's no way around that. However, so is divorce or separation. Relationship counseling in general is an investment. With an intensive, you're front-loading the cost and the time that you're investing into the experience. I know I just shared a lot of information with you. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. As I said before, I love helping partners make big changes in their relationships, and relationship retreats are a profound way to make that happen.